Good morning, students. Myself, Renu Yadav, and today we will discuss about operations with decimals. Chapter 10. Children, in this chapter, you have learned various operations like adding decimals, subtracting decimals, multiplying decimals, and then dividing decimals. While dividing decimals, we learnt about dividing a decimal fraction by a whole number, then dividing a decimal fraction by numbers like 10, 100, 1000 and their multiples. And now in this exercise 10F, we will further discuss more questions on dividing decimal fraction. Dividing is the most challenging of our four basic operations. In fact, you have to use subtraction and multiplication in order to divide, and you also have to be pretty good at rounding and estimating. Many students have trouble with division, perhaps because most problems don't come out nice and even. You really have to use your mental muscle when dividing. Fortunately, we have calculators to make the job easier. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't learn how to do it yourself. It's easy to push a wrong button on the calculator, and you always need to know whether the answer it's giving is reasonable. Dividing decimals is almost the same as dividing whole numbers, except you use the position of the decimal point in the dividend to determine the decimal places in the result. To divide decimal numbers, first, if the divisor is not a whole number, move the decimal point in the divisor all the way to the right to make it a whole number. Move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places. Divide as usual. If the divisor doesn't go into the dividend evenly, add zeros to the right of the last digit in the dividend and keep dividing until it comes out evenly or a repeating pattern shows up. Position the decimal point in the result directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Divide. Question 1. 0.8 divided by 0.2. Children, as you can see in the question, 0.8 is a decimal and 0.2 is also a decimal. Now what we will do, we will convert these decimals into fraction. So the next step is, we should see that how many numbers are there in the decimal part, so that we will be keeping those many zeros in the denominator. In the first part, 0.8, we have only one zero, that is 8 by 10, and in the second part also we have only one digit after the decimal, that is 0.2, which will give 2 by 10 as the fraction. So the new equation we have is 8 by 10 divided by 2 by 10. Now we will convert decimal into multiplication, which will reciprocate the second fraction with it. So 8 by 10 into 10 by 2. 10 by 2 is the reciprocal of 2 by 10. Okay? Then 10 ones are 10 and 8 divided by 2 will give 4 as the answer. Question 2. 3.15 divided by 1.5. First, we will convert the decimal numbers into fractions, which will give 315 upon 100, as there are two digits after the decimal. So it will be 315 divided by 100, and 1.5 will turn to 15 by 10. So 315 by 100 divide by 15 by 10. Now converting decimal into multiplication, we will reciprocate the second fraction. Now 315 by 100 into 10 by 15. 10 by 15 is the reciprocal of 15 by 10. which will give 21 by 10 as 15 into 21 is equals to 315. So which will give 21 by 10 as the new fraction. Solving further, we get 2.1 as the answer. Question 3. 118.3 divided by 0.13. Again, first we will see that how many numbers are there after the decimal, so that we can convert it into fractions. Now, in the first part, we have one digit after the decimal, and in the second part, we have two digits after the decimal. So, 1183 by 10 divided by 13 by 100, which is equals to 1183 by 10 into 100 by 13. Solving further, we get 910 as the answer, as 13 into 91 is equals to 1183 and 10 into 10 is equals to 100. Then 91 into 10 is equals to 910. Question 4. 6 divided by 0.4. As you can see, in this question we have 6, which is a whole number, and 0.4, which is a decimal number. So what we will do, we will bring no change in the whole number, but we will convert the decimal number firstly into fraction, which will give, as we can see that there is only one number after the decimal, so the fraction will be 4 by 10. Then the equation formed will be 6 divided by 4 by 10. Further, changing the decimal part into multiplication, we will be reciprocating the fraction. So your new equation will be 6 into 10 by 4. Solving it further, we get 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Then further we solve, we get 3 into 10 by 2, which is equals to 30 by 2. Solving further, we get 15 as the answer, as 2 15s are 30. Question 5. 6 divided by 0.8. As we can see, 6 is the whole number and 0.8 is the decimal number. So first we will convert the decimal part into fraction, which will give 6 divided by 8 by 10, as there is only one digit after the decimal. Then further solving, we get 6 into 10 by 8 as the new equation. Solving it further, we got 6 into 5 by 4, then 15 by 2, and at last we get 7.5 as the answer. Question 6. 5.04 divided by 0.8. As we can see that both the digits are decimals, so first we will convert the decimal numbers into fractions, as 5.04 will be converted to 504 upon 100, and 0.8 will be converted to 8 by 10, as 5.04 have 2 digits after the decimal and 0.08 have 1 digit after the decimal. So the new equation which will be found is 504 upon 100 divided by 8 by 10. Solving it further, we will convert division into multiplication and reciprocate the second fraction. The new equation formed will be 504 upon 100 into 10 by 8. Solving it, we get 63 upon 10 as the new fraction, and further solving it, we get 6.8 as the answer. Question 7. 55.8 divided by 4.5. As both the numbers are decimals, we will convert them into fractions, which shows 558 by 10 divided by 45 by 10. Okay. Solving it further, we will change division into multiplication, which will reciprocate the second fraction, and the new equation will be 558 by 10 into 10 by 45. Solving it further, we get 12.4 as the answer. Question 8. 5.6 divided by 0.224. First, we will convert 5.6 and 0.224 into fractions. As we can see that in 5.6 there is only one digit in the decimal part, so we get 56 by 10 as the fraction, and In the second part, 0.224. There are 3 digits in the decimal part. So we get 224 by 1000, which is equals to 56 by 10 divided by 224 by 1000. Solving it further, we will change division into multiplication, which will reciprocate the second fraction. So we get 56 by 10 into 1000 by 224 as the new equation. Further solving, we get 5600 by 224. Solving it, we get 2.5 as the answer. Question 9. 448 divided by 1.28. As we can see that 448 is a whole number and 1.28 is a decimal number. So first we will convert the decimal number into fraction, where we can see that there are 2 digits in the decimal part. So there will be 2 zeros in the denominator. So the equation formed will be 448 divided by 128 upon 100, which will further transformed into 448 into 100 by 128. Further solving, we get 350 as the answer. Question 10. 51 divided by 42.5. We can see that 51 is a whole number and 42.5 is a decimal number. So first we will convert the decimal number into fraction, which will give 51 divided by 425 upon 10, which is equals to 51 into 10 by 425, which will give 510 by 425. Solving it further, we get 1.2 as the answer. Home assignment. Children, now practice these questions as home assignment in your notebooks. Question 1. 5.6 divided by 0.7. Question 2. 0.0552 divided by 2.4. Question 3. 15 divided by 0.048. In this session, we learned about how to divide a fraction. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. To sharpen your knowledge, practice as much as questions you can. Thank you.